One slightly confusing thing about exponents is this situation here where you have something like -5 squared versus parentheses -5 parentheses squared. Right? These are two different things. One way to think of these is by using our orders of operations. If you recall, PEMDAS, PEMDAS. That tells us what order to do things. So this is parentheses, exponents, multiply. So we can look at these slightly differently. -5 is the same thing as -1 times 5 squared. So it's helpful to, when you get stuck in this situation, you forget what to do, just write the negative as -1 times. So this is versus, over here we have -1 times 5 squared. Okay, in the first example, we go to PEMDAS here, it says parentheses. Well, there's no parentheses. Next thing we do is exponents. Exponent comes before multiply here. We will evaluate the exponent, -1 times 25, which gives us -25. Okay, in the second one, we go back to our PEMDAS here, right? Okay, so it says parentheses come first. So, okay, let's do that. -1 times 5 is -5 squared. And now we go on to exponents. -5 squared is actually positive 25, because we can think of this as -5 times -5. Negative times a negative is a positive. That gives us positive 25. In conclusion, when the negative is inside parentheses and your exponent is even, right, this only matters if this exponent is even. If our negative is inside the parentheses, exponent is even, the answer is positive. No parentheses, negative out front, that's going to give us a negative. Now you may be wondering, what's up with this even? Why does that matter? Well, let's consider something like -5 cubed, right? So now we're odd. It doesn't matter if the base is even or odd, only the exponent. If this is odd, well, you get -5 times -5. So that's -5 times -5. Now we're to a positive number, but then we do it times -5 again. Now we're back to negative. So it goes 2 negatives make it positive. 3 takes us back to negative, so that would be -125. So anytime you have an odd exponent and a negative inside the parentheses, it's still going to come out odd, so it doesn't matter if you have these parentheses there or not. Right? Note that -5 cubed would also be -125. Same thing. So it's easier when you have an odd exponent. Only when it's even you have to give it that little bit of extra thought. Parentheses brings it back to positive. Negative without the parentheses stays negative.